Hey guys, Jigaboo Knox. This is take 3. This video has been a pain to make, but I do want to show it off for you guys. Anyway, this is going to be a quick look at some of the miniature models that feature the J. This is a precursor to the big reveal and explanation video behind the J. But I'm going to go ahead and just lead off by saying the J is my logo for my channel. This is the most updated, most recent version for 2020. This one's actually the most accurate, and I need to update the picture on this YouTube page. Anyway, this is the logo for the YouTube channel. As you can see, it's a J spaceship. I actually go over why it's shaped like this. I like that when I first introduced it. But for the simplistic idea is that this is a J, and it's actually supposed to be a moon. I've later changed that, so now it's like a spaceship, or a space moon. I would imagine, kind of like how they thought the Death Star was originally a moon when they first saw it. That's kind of my idea. So this is the J spaceship. I nicknamed it the J, and it is probably my most prized mock. It's the one mock that I feel I really outdid myself on, and I'm very, very happy to have made. Alright, so the logo here, it's a pretty complex logo build. If you want to build it, you are more than welcome to. But if you guys want instructions for it, I will happily make that video. So if you guys want that, post in the comments. The idea, again, like I was saying, was the J is a moon, and then this little spaceship represents the mock. So it's Jacob Moon's mocks. And I think it turned out really cool. So that's the miniature logo. Then I made the giant logo. I made the giant logo I started working on it right after I saw Lego Movie 2 in theaters last year. So we saw that movie. I was really inspired by the Rex Celsior, and I thought, you know what? I want me a giant spaceship. And I did it. I started working on it right after we got home. I built the base up, started the first part of this lower J, and then after about 4 months, I finally had the full thing built after a whole bunch of bricklaying quarters, and it's crazy. So that's going to be a long video. I can't wait to show you guys it, and stick around because that should be coming out hopefully next week if all goes well. Alright, so that's about it for the logo backstory. Let's move on to the builds today. Move these to the side. First one is going to be my pop-up pocket book. So this is my pop-up pocket book. This is a miniature version of the Lego pop-up book set. I built this right after I got that set, and it's a really cool set. So for those who don't know, you open up the pages, and all of a sudden a world comes to life in a pop-up book. It's really cool how everything kind of folds up into a very small area. And I thought that was awesome. And I decided that I want to make my own. My original plan was to be the same size as this book. As you can see, that did not work. I ran out of parts real quick. And so I decided to make a smaller version. This is the pocket pop-up book. You can actually fit it in your pocket. It runs off of the exact same system, or a very similar system, to the original LEGO Ideas post. So it's not all my design. It's heavily inspired by the original post design, made by J.K. Brickworks, Jason Allen, and I believe his name was Grant Davis. I could be wrong. So that's that set. And if you want more information on this set, I'm going to post a link in the description to the J.K. Brickworks post on it. Because that's how I learned about the set, and it tells you all you really need to know. It's a really cool set. So go check that out if you want to learn more about that. Anyway, on to my book. This is the pop-up pocket book. It's pretty plain on the outside. I put my only copies of this letter plate. That's why the logo is now missing it on this one, JMM. I think it looks really cool. It represents the two biggest things I've made, and I think it looks really cool for it. Alright, in order to open it, you simply pop open the lock. And you can see the lock actually does do something on mine. This split right here is a lot bigger with the lock off. You can see how it opens up a lot more. I couldn't really fix that with the design I went with, so I just put the lock in, and I think it kind of fixes it and makes it look pretty cool. The clasp, I should say. Alright, now to do what every pop-up book should do, open her up. And inside you have the pirate ship and my J spaceship. These are very, very small models. I think the pirate ship is actually minifig scale. I think that's crazy. And as you can see, it opens and closes just fine. These things are only held in by rubber bands, just like the original version. Mine has an extra rubber band in the center just to kind of pull it in as it closes. It has a couple studs in the back, so you can actually stand a minifig next to it. And like I mentioned before, this was primarily shown off in Whips with Jacob. So I won't go into, well, I've pretty much shown you just about all there is to it. It's really just a mini version of the set. You can actually sort of see how it's built. Just simply adding pieces to it and creating enough room to have the spine. And of course I keep trying to close it with that minifig in. And yeah, it's just that simple. It's a really fun little build. I like to keep this thing on my shelf just to remind me how fun or how far it's have come, I guess you could say. This is what, if I ever feel uninspired, I can look at this and say, oh yeah, I can do it. I've done a good bit of stuff and I can do it. Alright, so that's about it for the journal. Moving on to, in case you guys were wondering what they look like if you put them on a bookshelf. 1 and 2. Yeah, definitely different scale. Okay, putting those aside, moving on to the other thing. This is my automaton. Automaton is basically a old wind-up robot. This one isn't technically a automaton, but I think it turned out really cool regardless. And I'm going to call it that because I wanted to build one of these for the longest time. Honestly, it really reminds me of something that, again, J.K. Brickworks, Jason Alleman, would have created. And I'm really happy and pleased with how this turned out. So, as you can see, obviously there's a big crank right there. This represents me. This is me putting the final piece onto the J. And if I turn the crank, you can actually see me raising and lowering that piece to put it on. It's a really, really fun build. I was really happy with how it turned out, and it actually works, which was, that was a challenge by itself. I want to put tiles all over this. I just haven't been able to because of the whole quarantine system in place. I haven't been able to buy any bricklink for a little bit. But as soon as I do, I'm going to get that. I want to go over some of the smaller details on this build. The main thing, on the desk, I actually have my lamp. I'm using that lamp currently to light this studio. The green ship is the same green ship that's supposed to be on the J. I might do an update on that. I'm not super happy with his build anymore, so we may need to do an update on the original, the big version of that. And this right here represents my hat. For those who don't know, I have a VIP hat. They turned out pretty good. And you can even see some studded details on the brim of it. So I thought that was kind of neat addition to throw in. And last but not least, probably the most mystery for you guys, this little spot here. This is actually a turret made out of brick separators. These are nicknamed because of that, the Brick Busters or Brick Breakers. I haven't fully decided. If you want to give me some name suggestions in the comments, you are more than welcome to. These patrol the perimeter of the J, and that's pretty much what they do. They can spin around. My little brother actually came up with this leg design, and I just rolled with it from there. Built the barrel on top, and it turned out really, really cool. So that's what that represents. My desk is actually one that has a power plug-in and stuff like that right there. So I went ahead and added that detail in, and that's about it. My shirt actually has Lego racers on it. That's a stickered tile that I got on Bricklink because I wanted something that says Lego. And I can't find one that says freestyle, so no. Alright, that's about it for this video, or at least for this model, because I have one more secret model that I haven't shown anywhere, not in a Whips with Jacob, except maybe background. I haven't shown it in anything, and I'm going to reveal that now. So, I'll be right back. Alright, I want to make a quick announcement. If you're watching this, please check out Whips with Jacob. I mentioned it a couple times now. It's the series on my channel where I go over works in progress. It's much more casual and fun. You guys can tell me what you think about each build in the comments below. Yeah, I'm not shaking this mini pig to represent me talking. I'm just shaking it for no reason. Okay. So yeah, definitely check out that video series. I'll have a link in the end. Okay, here is the build. This has been the secret project of mine for the past year. No, not really a year. Probably about almost a year. This is Nostalgia Goggles. Okay, now, I'm not going to make any promises. I'm not going to make any promises on anything. However, I've been thinking about making a stop-motion series involving me and my family and friends traveling through time in a time machine called the Nostalgia Goggles, because they kind of look like goggles. The nose brimmed eyes. And we travel through and look at Lego history. I played around with this. Me and my sister, we even made a theme song and wrote the script for the first episode. We haven't done any animation. The main problem I have with animation is it takes time and set pieces. I haven't made any set pieces for it, except for making this ship. I'm going to pull a full 360 of this ship. The idea is that this is basically the completed form, but in the start of it, we wouldn't have near as much stuff. In the back, bring it around, and this is actually not. This is actually more than just the ship. This right here, this little knob, if you twist it the right direction, there it goes. It actually pops out this. This is the weapons crate that we pull along with this. But basically, this is what the Nostalgia Goggles themselves actually look like. They actually look like a pair of goggles, and I thought that was kind of neat. And why the show gets its name. So again, I haven't made anything except for just plans for it. Haven't really started anything. And I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do it. But I think if we can, it's going to be one of the coolest things I'll ever make. So yeah, this is the main set piece, and that's called Nostalgia Goggles. Alright, and it does have a full interior. I'm not going to focus on its interior. too much, but captain's seat, computer chair, and then we have the engine. This is what allows us to travel through time. That right there. Just a printed Ninjago tile. But I think it looks really cool. And if you look on the inside with that removed, you can see yellow caution tape all around it, giving you warning, don't stand there. Like, whatever you do not want to stand there. Alright, so that's about it for this. Again, I plan on making a full video detailing this build and all its secrets whenever I plan on actually making the show. But the main reason I wanted to show this thing off is because it does have a copy of the J inside of this little shipping crate here. The idea would be that this is the thing that we can carry along in order to have all our gear. So we open it up, and on the inside, not only do we have camera stand, anyway, so you have all your weapons. There's the mini J on the inside of it. Got some walkie-talkies. This is where my suit would be. I don't have it in there because, well, my suit's in the J right now. You can actually pull out. These are sorted containers I put in just to kind of be a joke. Because, like, you can grab some parts and build something. More weapons on this side and tools, because those can always come in handy when you're traveling through time. Handcuffs, and there's the J. Can actually rotate and hinge back even further, but I feel like that's the most accurate. And that's that. So you can close that back up just about all the way. Just depends on how you do it. And close. Bring in your nostalgia goggles ship. This goes in the back like so. And it kind of slides in there and actually attaches right inside that. Of course, I'm going to have to put my camera down, so I'll be right back. And that right there is every version of the J, every mini version of the J I have ever created, hidden in each one of these builds. In case you can't tell, I absolutely love my logo. It is what defines this channel. Minifig for a long time was the thing that defined it, but now I feel like the logo has really stepped forward and I've made that the central thing. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you have any comments about my logo, about any of these 3 builds, please let me know in the comments below. I greatly appreciate it. If you stuck around for so long, I really appreciate you. Thumbs up for me. And speaking of thumbs up, you can make that blue. Anyway, enough of the whole subscriber gunk. 500, thank you guys so much. 500 of you have subscribed, actually over 500 now. And I cannot wait, like I said at the beginning, I cannot wait to show you guys the full video on the Massive J. Anyway, that's about it for this video. Actually, that is it for this video. Thank you guys again so much for watching. It's greatly appreciated. And let's get on with that outro. So, I'll see you guys there. I hope that transition wasn't as cringy as I'm thinking it's going to be. Anyway, click over here in the middle if you would like to subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Greatly appreciate it if you do. Click my minifig if you want to follow the casual whips with Jacob, works in progress with Jacob. Click that and you'll see the whole playlist. And then click over here if you want to check out my other mocks or Transformers. Probably going to put my Transformers here. So go check out my Transformers if you would like. Thank you guys again so much for watching. It's been a pleasure. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.